Thank you very much, and here we go. It is time to move to Erangel, the green fields, and it's a southern plain. It's going to cause some problems for the northern teams, ENCE, the ones you guys just been talking about, being the one I have seen go all the way up to Stalbro and Kameshki. It's going to be a long old jaunt for them. We'll see whether anyone decides to adjust their paths. Unity are going to go back to Novo. Obviously, we saw them hitting Yasnaya yesterday, but they're going back down to the island.
Yeah, speaking to Racial Rage about what happened with that Yasnaya play, they were still caught off by it. They were very surprised that someone turned up, and they weren't sure if it was going to happen again today. They don't know what sent Unity there, whether it was playing path or something different. So we're going to keep eyes across this.
Where's Set going? All right. I mean, there's a lot of loot to be had there, but I'm a little weird how he's completely separated from his team.
I mean, if they've been prepping this well and they've looked over VODs and what have you, it's a very brave thing to do on your own.
I don't know whether they expected M19 to be over here either. That's and actually Winstrike. Nookie's in here is like, guys, guys.
Oh, Shadow!
It's just launching out of the top of the house.
Oh, I'd already be mad. I see a lot of Vitality names in the kill feed. I see a lot of those icons, maybe one back, but a very early battle. This is going to be just garbage loot, whatever you've picked up. This is going to be light as hell. This is SMGs, Tommy guns, whatever. It's going to be rough as you like. Haxeti, not a great deal to play with here as well. Jazza on the other side, far better set.
Oh,
that's Sky is going to tear you up. 0 bullets remaining for Jazza. It's time to get punching.
Shiv's the last man standing, and he's got absolutely nothing. He's got himself a gun. That's the least what counts. But yeah, you just lost your entire team. Jazza finishing off Haxeti there, and Vitality continuing on. That's a nice shot. Continuing on where they left off, decimating Reciprocity in Minas Generales. And they've already put Shiv on his own for Reciprocity. And you got to start questioning, is this the right move?
Reciprocity. At least I have time now to look over what went wrong. Bloody hell, that is shambolic, isn't it? Out to the west, the circle hits, centered up towards Gatka.
They lost 3 players before we even saw the circle.
Yes.
That's... I mean, the playing path was directly over them, so it was an easy playing path for them. So, yeah, that was a quick and early. And obviously that can happen with the apartments. You know, you drop on the roof, you pick your gun up, boom, see the other guy drop down next to you, instantly pick the gun up. Everyone's had it happen in pub games. You know, it's like dropping on top of a school roof. It's just bonkers.
But the thing is now that when it doesn't just feel random, it feels like Vitality have done more homework. It feels like they know the loot routes of Reciprocity, or they know the buildings that they tend to go to. Because normally, I don't want to say a gentleman's agreement, there isn't. It's more that, right, we'll cut the
you'll have a
city
split,
this way.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. It's like the old Pachinki fights. It'd be, you know, this side was theirs, this is that. There will be fights, but they cut it. They cut it cleanly so both of them can get loot, and, you know, it's the safer approach. And Shiv has found Jazza. He tries to get He's going to get that one, so he's still being a nuisance. Keep in mind, Scream did get very far on his own, but this is a scary potential trend if this keeps going this way.
Let's see whether Shiv can 1v4. He's just about hopping in and out of every building window. Nasus is down to nothing and clearly got no meds because hasn't healed himself up for a long time, so clearly not going great. Kramus up on top, trying to offer some support. You see he's just having a peek this way. Just trying to look out for Shiv. They know the building is in, but it's all very well. They need to be pushing as one. And as we saw with the previous game, teams will be drawn to this. Digital Athletics are nearby. They are a Rozhok team. And actually, they are not only Rozhok, they're spread wide and very close to this one. So if Shiv were to go a little too far south outside the back of there, he could easily get shot in the back by DA.
100%. I'm so surprised this still happens. Let's look at the early scouts on the way as well. Teams will start to put their pieces into the right place on the chessboard and put them on route. TSM are on the way here, and the Knights are on the move. Well, I'm waiting to see what the Knights do, because they've set up.
Yeah, they're going for the south this time. Look at this. TSM not going.
Do they go to Potato Hill again, the Knights?
They're not going over it. They're avoiding it. They're going further south.
Are they?
Are they? They're going up now.
I don't know.
Okay, so they've gone past.
Might be off.
The Harry Potter's there, so they've gone. They took a more southern route than they did yesterday. She has been caught out. Don't know how much meds he's got left out of that. Looks like he's going to use that last first aid. He has. No, that was a bandage. that was a bandage. They're coming around the side. It's going to be Shadow that will peek first. Just tries to draw away and
Nice
actually
shot
looks
to
at the
peek.
right time. Quickly ducks away. He's already got somebody in the building. That's going to be Cram again inside, and Natus will catch him in the back. A really nice three-pronged attack there.
Yeah, I get worried if they get a little lax around, walking around windows, but just kind of, you saw him, he didn't actually get what he wanted, which would be to draw the shots out, but he kind of stepped in and then stepped back out, trying to get the angle on it. Really well played. Knights have continued to move forward. I thought they might have set up for a second, but they didn't seem to this time. Maybe just not feeling like that's the case. They don't need to do it every time. You don't want to set a trend yourself, because you also then give up the opportunity and potential to get center circle.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where Team Liquid have gone. Winstrike are still very spread. It is the Gatka loot that they go for, so they're kind of still just assembling themselves and getting together. Probably go for that 2-2 spread, but NIP have moved very early and already gone for the compound, so expect to see them putting pressure on Winstrike. They are caught really quite far, actually. They're going to be careful. I'm wondering what they've got actually to pull together, because I don't see them not getting shot at by NIP anymore.
Yeah. I'm really not sure. I'm just going to see if anyone gets caught on rotation. Set's already on the way, so I think maybe just trying to split viable loot. Lovely little pick.
Iroh's going to find himself that crate. He's going to be
very
happy.
nice.
That's very good loot for him, yeah.
And we want to see Digital Athletics keep up what we saw on Miramar. Fragging out, aggressive, first game, brilliant to watch. They can kind of convert that here, really enjoyable. Keep in mind, Na'Vi played very well here last time. FaZe Clan did well with a circle like this. It did go further south towards that quarry, but it doesn't look likely this time. It'll probably be further north towards Gatka if it does continue to kind of center around that mark. There is a lot of compounds, a lot of terrain to be had here, so we shouldn't see too many teams suffering because of that, unless they get really greedy. Vitality still holding edge circle, playing quite late. They could potentially spot out FaZe.
Yeah, FaZe coming in. They're going through the hillside. There you go. You can see them on your screens. Just passing them by. Obviously, Vitality, obviously late looting because they've had to fight 4 members of Reciprocity, but they've got themselves 4 points on the board already. So Vitality really are coming out on top in all these fights at the moment. We'll see whether it swings a different way in the next round as they clash again. Here's NIP, is what I was talking about. They've gone for a 2-2, so Winstrike do look like they're going to be holding Gatka. They've gone for a really greedy spread, I would say. Whether it's greedy or whether it's just too late in condensing and maybe being caught out. We are at the 7-minute mark, though, so you would expect them to be all together now. Yeah, one person's going to hold each compound. I just wonder what damage is being done to FaZe's vehicles here, because that's Vitality and the Knights. So now took a shot at them as FuzzFace gets a headshot ding. Reels is running for the ridgeline there.
He wants a bit of that, doesn't he? He's looking really up for it. FuzzFace again, copping a fair bit of damage, and that's not good timing. FuzzFace is in danger.
Yeah, gonna have to heal himself up. Is Reel's got an angle on it? I'm not too sure. 6 moment now getting involved. I talked about vehicles. ENCE goes down. You see a ball of flames driving past. That is ENCE's corpse lying in the car as the Knights, Vitality, and finally Digital Athletics get the big chunk of FaZe Clan. I just feel this rotation is an adjustment based off the damage that was done to him by the Pittsburgh Knights yesterday, catching him out on that rotation. They went further north than they ordinarily would on this rotation.
God, this is really rough as well. You do not want to be FuzzFace on the back of that buggy, and we might just see why FuzzFace. They get down the dip. I think he might have just gone away, but now look,
straight into Team Liquid.
There's nowhere left to go. Yeah, FuzzFace is like, please just get me off this damn buggy anywhere else. But FaZe look lost here. They look like do not have somewhere to go to.
I mean, they're trying to center up, it seems, as early as they can, but they're 8 minutes 50 trying to center up. That is too late. Everything is occupado. Nexi, loses the back tire. He's going to get spun out there, so they are spread at the moment, trying to find something. The circle does them favors, though, so Uber's managed to find himself onto the mountain. Raise Your Edge already up there as well. We're going to see FaZe trying to join him, I think. Nexi may just run for the yellows.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of teams start flooding that hillside as well. This is scary times because there's a lot of water in the north still, which we know it will eventually move away from. So it will center up, probably foot of that hill, eventually, probably. I don't speak in certainty anymore with these circle shifts. But Team Liquid instantly moving. They love hill position. They will fight for it. They'll commit to it. The team who's early there is Raise Your Edge. FaZe are there, and Winstrike are on the smaller compound, just waiting down below. But you can avoid line of sight on that. Team Liquid dip down the ridge a little, and they'll be safe enough.
Yeah, TL's going to get into that little ditch that's just before the hillside, which is where they're heading to right now. Problem is, Raise Your Edge are directly above them.
The Liquid going mountain.
They're going straight for it. Yeah, so they're going to come straight in between FaZe and Raise Your Edge.
Oh, this is risky. This is very risky. Uber's got moves. And Sam T just keeps his foot down. He's not slowing down here. He's like, no, not having any of that. I'm going to find a different spot. Uber's on the way because FaZe, no, they can't do this. They can't do that with 3, not in that position. Oh, it's getting turned on Uber now. He's going to have to go into evasive maneuvers and hope he doesn't run over his teammate. He's going to get some safety here as CrowCrowd are being found by Na'Vi.
Oh, that's just straight across that antenna. They've managed to catch them out. So CrowCrowd down to just Kemba, I think. He's the last man standing for them now. We've got TSM coming far western side as well. Here's Na'Vi. They were a little late moving, which is why they managed to pick up those frags. Now Vitality, of course, we saw them for a large portion of it. Jazza was the man they lost, but Shadow catches Chris out of the car there as G2 try to make their move. Brexco's found himself a crate. In the meanwhile, they're coming across very late. The Knights also taking shots on them, so they're kind of caught in that open field at the moment.
Yeah, this is unnerving times for G2. This is not ideal positioning. Already losing out on Chris as well. Big name to be kind of getting dropped down early, and it's not going to slow down anytime soon. Drayden's got a really nice line of vision. It's quite far, so it's not going to be clean, but he can keep pressure up. And every single team is so close by. It looks like Digital Athletics are moving up very close towards FaZe as well.
Unity coming into TSM as well. Michael's just took shots on them. You can see them on your screen. They're coming on the west coast. So, things getting very condensed. And with the mountain being the central point, it will certainly cause a few problems.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get an announcement here in the Mesa.
Please move your vehicle off the carping.
Off the carping?
I was going
to
say parking lot, and then I was just like, car park.
Wrong.
It was kind of a mix between the two. But now I thought, why would you move your vehicle off the car park? So I didn't really know where I was going with that one.
Who knows? I mean, it had potential. It had some legs. We will see how DA get on about this one because they're moving into a compound that has a team in there. Or they don't have to necessarily push it, but it looks like they're trying to. They've moved up from the further south ridgeline that kind of runs to the west.
Well, Sixmo right now is collecting dog tags, right? So he's already got Winstrike in his pocket, Pittsburgh Knights, and now TSM. I just talked to him. It's like, are you going for Snake of 2018? It seems like he is. 2019, I should say. Jesus, I'm all over the shop. Iro, he's got himself tier 3'd up, remember, as well. That nade through the window.
Who's holding the peaks?
Didn't quite get it through. Can he get it through the wooden slats? If that goes through, that's going to be great. No.
Didn't happen. Now, Mertz moved up in the meantime, and it's gone further north. Ooh, that's going to split this one very uncomfortably because all the ground around...
Yeah, that mountain's going to get messy.
The thing is as well, that mountain doesn't have much apart from the teams running. More teams can get up there, but it's just really uncomfortable. The southern side already has teams in a lot of the houses, so this is very, very rough for them. Mert is kind of out on a limb here. It started off really well, but they lost that momentum, and now a lot of eyes will turn their way. I think they're going to fall off this.
Yeah, TL taking shots on them as well from up on high, so a lot of gunfire coming their direction. You can see Mertz took damage in the back there as he tries to back away. James does catch the headshot onto a beautiful death there. We'll be able to smoke it off. I don't think they've got the ridge line.
Where's Drayden?
Angle. Yes, the Knights coming in behind them. Sixmo watching that one happen. Drayden's forced to back away as the Knights try and move up, but now they're getting close to G2 as well. So we're seeing Drayden back away, but the rest of the Knights have G2 moving right on them.
Yeah, and G2 have the cover release right now of that little dip that runs off the ruins, so they can get up really close and really personal. We've got Digital Athletics potentially able to oversee this as well. Vitality not far off either. G2 are in a very tough spot here. There's that low ground ridge I was talking about, and Wanted suffering because he's trying to move up from that. You've got so much vision on this now.
And TSM, you can look in the picture-in-picture, they've moved up on Raise Your Edge, so they're down on the lower half of the mountain. Lower half? Is there a half of a mountain? I'm not too sure. I don't know where I'm going with this one, but either way, the nade from Udir does manage to find Reels. Smokes may well hold him off. Chris back on his feet, though, so the big damage dealer for G2 is in action.
This is very well played by G2. They are utilizing these peaks on the ridge.
Oh, dear.
They already got one nade down as well. That got down Reels, so now Wanted is in danger. And there's a nade, and that's going to be delivered from Kane. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Na'Vi moving up not far from this either. They could potentially fold into this one. Shots from afar are not from the Knights. That will be Vitality. And that's potentially Shadow, maybe Nasus if he's got vision on it. But that southeast side is horrible right now.
Yeah, just Drayden left standing for the Knights. He's on the car and he's off. You can see DA taking him up. He's going to go straight through Na'Vi. That's not going to go well for him. Now Iro also getting shot in the back from G2. Drayden is trying to go for it. All that gunfire coming in the side. DA managing to catch him. He's down to nothing. He's right next to FaZe Clan as well. He's going to hop out and try and heal himself up.
Yeah, let's keep on board with this one. Na'Vi pulled up, and actually, Digital Athletics, I thought they could have been in trouble, but they've recovered very well. Senya, Pokemon, Bestelot still there, and it looks like Sigma are on this. This is the aggression you want to see. Catch them at their weakest point, but Na'Vi know this. They know they're vulnerable, and they are moving. They're trying to find new positions, hold them in a new spot, pray potentially for a third party to help them out, but that's not coming anytime soon. Na'Vi have to deal with this threat on their own.
Yeah, they're checking every little tree angle. You can see the nades going out. He's going to every single little tree stump and seeing if they can get lucky and catch anyone out. I think that's Winstrike taking shots on them now as well. So they can't peek too far. Yeah, they're going to fall back, go back to their compound, back to the safety of the walls effectively, and let somebody else try and do the damage from afar. G2 are just off to the side, and they're already looking at moving. The circle continues to move onto the mountain. Now Winstrike on that little ledge down south with the small compound. Let's see if it can work out for them. NIP just inside as well. But M19, ENCE in the north, they all need to move in. Vitality and G2 on the eastern side also need to move into the circle.
Yeah, I'm worried about your Vitality in G2. There's room for maybe one more team. Unless Vitality go further north, they could potentially find that. But everyone else is just compressing on this hillside. Razor Edge moved here early, but it does mean they get surrounded. You've got M19 now coming down towards the west. They're going to run in towards ESM, and it's Wookie waiting. He wants to get some damage. Rory claims it, and it'll be TSM getting that kill.
Wookie gets his kill on the board. He's happy with that one. You can see kill average 63rd place. So yeah, a lot of work to do for Wookie Bookie, the man that's obviously is an absolute beast. We know that. So he's just done a good start to the phase. So far, only 7 games in. There's a long bloody way to go. Unity creeping up the hill along with TSM. M19 realizing, okay, we can't go around the western side. We're going to go try and straight up, but I don't think that's going to work either. TSM have Michael and Gustav arms waiting, and they have managed to get themselves in that ditch, but will they save? Razor Edge are already looking their way as well.
Yeah, there's so much potential here. G2 are moving to the north as well on the eastern side. They're starting to fold their way forward, so G2 could run into Vitality. Digital Athletics are looking at it, Na'Vi are waving forward to Digital Athletics. This is such a weird battle. There's so many different factors here. M19 still looking to find some safety, but it's not safe. Gustav can certainly see this. Bit of a bait on the shot there. Elite player, kind of irrelevant to helping out his teammate, but look at the angle. Nice cover.
Nice cover, isn't it? He's got the bushes either side of him, the smallest, slimmest of angles to keep an eye. If Constantine stands still, we're going to see him die in the kill feed. See some spots behind the bush. Don't really know how he managed to not connect there. I think he's going to be wondering the same. Aimed just a little too high, if anything. G2 taking shots on Vitality, realizing they may need to now sneak further south. That's all happening on the eastern side while this happens on the north.
Yeah, we're going to wait till that blue moves everyone in on the east. It's kind of just boiling over. We're waiting for it to kind of explode.
Entering vehicles. Let's see where they're going to go. They've managed to start coming up. They're going to be coming in from the north side, probably in towards Team Liquid. Yeah, Samty and Jeems have moved really far south. Just to the right-hand side of your screen, you can see that's ENCE coming in straight to the next side of M19. Everybody trying to squeeze up into the circle and try and set a vehicle compound up.
Did Jeems just overextend for that? I think he might have. He's been kind of kept humble here because it's not just them. We have M19 with vision on this. We have potentially Razor Edge with some line of sight here. I think the other shot's coming in. It is. It's Chris towards Travelli. And now Rustamar does answer back, trying to alleviate the pressure from the foot of the hill. That's not going to be comfortable. And we are going to see ENCE really struggling for any sort of safety. They need to somehow beat one of these teams to keep one of their sides safe. Because if it's not M19, it's Liquid. If it's not Liquid, it will be the boys on the hill of Razor Edge. Michael is very close to Razor Edge as well. This is terrifying. This is going to be a very filled kill feed in about 30 seconds.
And FaZe are taking shots on Razor Edge from the yellow compound. Meanwhile, G2, Digital Athletics also all pushing around the eastern side. So multiple fights happening all around the circle so far as Jeems finds the grenade onto Squeaky. Mikaz will manage to catch a couple of bullets into Constantine. He gets himself behind the tree, but not quite. And then instantly we see ENCE go down. M19 with the shot on the head from Elite player, taking down the team leader. And now we see NIP losing players as well. That is because the circle has shrunk. And again, it goes to the mountain. All these compounds, they're no longer safe, apart from phases.
All right, so here's the troubling points. The eastern side has been bubbling away for some time and is now coming to a head. We do see the west. Razor Edge are holding that. Unity, TSM, all going to look to go past them. That's what you'll see in the kill feed. That's Razor Edge holding the line so far. It could fall apart, though. This is the other fight right now. This is G2. Brexco's got a big boy gun to get in some big boy kills, but we haven't seen much from it just yet. G2 kind of, for now, are safe until Vitality come in. The nades are coming in from Raise Your Edge, but Michael is waiting to jump into this. TSM are a little split, but they might be biding their time to see if Raise Your Edge overextend on towards Unity.
NIP are going to come up the hill as well. You can see them in the background there, starting to make their way up. Winstrike taking shots on their backs as the battle on the hillside starts to bubble up. Meanwhile, G2, they found Vitality over on the eastern side. That's starting to get very messy. I think they're down to one now. Maybe two in there. Kane's found the backside of Kramer. Hamter took himself in. Kane will catch him with a little spray at the end there. Almost a little lucky. We see Unity go down. It's Wookie that managed to collect those kills as they now make the move onto the backside of Raise Your Edge up on the hill.
Raise Your Edge need to know this, so they'll know who they were fighting, so they got knocked kills on it, so now they know what's coming their way. Natus waited in the grass. And he strikes at the perfect
G2 just
time.
got flushed, I think.
G2 might be in trouble. Is there one left alive? I think Brexco still stands, so he's still in this one. But this is what I mean about the kill feed just exploding. Gustav's found an NIP member by turning around, but Raise Your Edge, hold the hill. They are the kings right now, but someone's coming for the crown, and it might be TSM.
FaZe have moved out of their compound. They've come down towards Digital Athletics, but Navi have found them as well. So FaZe are having to back right up on this one. They didn't expect Navi to be down there. They went aggressive on DA. G2 picked off, so G2 and Vitality all fall on the eastern side of the circle. Meanwhile, TSM, they're edging closer and closer to Raise Your Edge.
Yeah, that eastern side has come to the end of it, kind of. Minox just got found by a nade from Wookie. That's big, and now they're starting to show. This is TSM building up, looking for the crown that currently Raise Your Edge holds. Rory is there. They're all pushing very close by. The nades continue to rain in.
This
Minox
is risky.
is down.
Gustav is exposed to everything. Yeah, there you see a shot from FaZe from the yellows there. As soon as he runs on that eastern side of the mountain, he's just going to get shot from every angle. Fastwell finds one. Going to get the spray. No, the rock manager just to glitch a few. There's a grenade coming straight at him. Caught it in the face. Gustav gets him down. Chris the last man standing, but TSM are pouring on.
It's all on Chris to save it. 60 can't do anything. Oh, maybe he can. Rory just got found. Trey comes back in. Chris is gone.
Team Liquid are moving straight in on this. TSM, they managed to deal with to Raise Your Edge, but Team Liquid are pouring along the hill now, coming straight towards him. You can see Samty, Gemty, Ibby, Jeems all moving in. Jeems with a nade cooking up as TSM trying to gather their thoughts. FaZe Clan taking shots on them. Meanwhile, FaZe Clan, they've got to worry about Na'Vi. They're breaching the hill behind them because the circle has gone to FaZe's compound.
Yeah, Liquid just back to where you were right. They were looking like they were chomping at the bit. They wanted in on the action, but they know better. If they overextend, they get just pinched from either side. This is the replay of Nasus earlier, but now this little bit of a moment of clarity for Liquid has cost them nothing. This is great play from them. They fell back at the perfect time to hold circle position. Really good composure under pressure, but you're seeing the hillside continuing to just get more and more bodies littered towards it. NIP hold the low ground, but they are being tested. Winstrike in the south, Na'Vi still stand. Iroh still alive, but M19 could be a real problem on the north. But Ibby might have just spotted him.
Yeah, sees him, tries to toss the nade down. No helmet you see here. Elite player, that nade falling from the skies. Constantine did just take a hit, meanwhile. Now TSM coming over the hill. They have no choice but to push in onto Team Liquid here. They can't go the other side of the hill because it's exposed to everyone. NIP also down low. They have to make this move.
Look at Ibby's position. This is your solo man player, and it's smart. He will be banking on the support of his teammates. He is out on his own.
Winstrike getting picked apart. They're down low. They're running into Na'Vi and NIP. Wookie Bookie, by the way. You know, we were talking about him, no frags at the start of the day. Look at him right now. 6 kills and count him. Do not count the big Dane out. We know he can do this. He's pushing on to M19. They're going to catch him. Constantine will knock him down. Team Liquid pushing over the side towards him as well. TSM flushing around the edge of him. Meanwhile, back down low, Na'Vi. Bestelos got an eye on the fins.
But they cannot overpush this Liquid, and they are holding the line right now. Ibby is their line of defense. Once players get near him, then it's go time. They need to leave this to fight out. It is not worth the push right now for the points. They're playing for placement. They're playing smart. Samty's going walkabout. This is dangerous, but they're trying to hold the northern flank. Michael denies the last
here comes the nades.
player, but here comes the barrage. Ibby is calling it. They know what's happened. Michael going to try and get off the last big heal he's got here, but as soon as they step forward, they know that someone's waiting, and it is Team Liquid. But can they hold this? Yes, they can. Look at the fire instantly poured through.
Team's just lighting up Gustav's face as soon as he peeks around the corner. Michael, not a lot he can do here. He's going to go down to the final grenade, and Team Liquid will take TSM and remain kings of the hill. Winstrike, meanwhile, they managed to get themselves a crate down low. They've moved up. They got over the road. I don't really know how they were exposed. Obviously, with the fight happening on the mountain, they've basically had the freedom to just run on the foot of the hill and get themselves into the zone.
Right now, let's keep eyes on this, because Iroh has stayed alive the entire time for his team, and Na'Vi are moving up on it. Now, Iroh's got a good angle, but can he withstand more than one player?
He sees them. Now, remember, he got a crate early on. So he is tier 3 up against Pokemon. They line up for him, but Senya will finish it.
Good trade.
And a good trade indeed. So Senya will get Pokemon back on his feet. So 3 for Na'Vi, 3 for FaZe, 3 for Winstrike, and 4 for Liquid up on the hill. And James is on the move. They need to go. They have to leave the mountain.
I really like this. Liquid have no other options right now other than doing this sort of play. You need to just get some foothold in the south. If they just flood it in, it's a good shout. FaZe are fine to a degree unless Na'Vi start going towards them.
Pick me up, pick me up. Shouting for it. Your Uber has arrived. Coming in across the road. Speaking of Uber, he finds Tixu down. So Team Liquid get across the road.
So well
and now
played.
they realize that Na'Vi are down low, so that's who they've got to deal with next.
Yeah, Na'Vi are in a very good spot, though. They have that low ground little lip that rolls down the hill slightly, so they have safety from the back. They have nowhere else to worry about. They hold the southeast side. Now, Samty, if they want to go this way, they're going to have some trouble because they cannot just push directly forward. This circle, they're fine. They're looking for further down the road here.
Timmy is, I think, down low at the moment because he's being suppressed, but he actually has a really nice angle on Team Liquid if he were to be able to peek it, but I don't think he's going to be given that chance. Na'Vi have decided to back away. They've been on this actually ridgeline behind FaZe's house for probably about 3 to 4 circles now, along with Digital Athletics that were down there, but with them going down in 5th place, now we see James with an AWM looking to find heads.
Let's just kind of take a second here. Na'Vi, I don't know how much of the ridgeline they have. That's what I'm looking at, and I think they've been able to find a little bit of a follow-up here. This could be nice for them. Winstrike do not have a player in this position. Jorski isn't far, but they're not actually in the dip. FaZe are safe because they have the compound. They can get spotted out, so you can't overpeak. Liquid are trying to find some room. That's what they're doing. They're trying to get as much room as they can and do that sort of play. James finds 1. This isn't going to be a go time, though, for me, because they don't have enough information. No. They don't know where the rest of Winstrike are. They don't know where Na'Vi are. It's too risky. And I hope we get to watch this one back. Here we go. Oh, doing that little peek towards James. Bad idea.
You never want to peek into an AWM. You're like, ooh, okay, there's an AWM.
Yeah, no one else peek.
Nobody else peek. Everybody keep your heads in. Just listen.
Okay, so Na'Vi still have a little bit of room here. Winstrike do not, though.
Senya's going looking for information. He's like, okay, we know this is someone. We know that we're pushed and pressured. And look, the circle, it shrinks, it centers. And now they have still that ditch behind FaZe's house. Timmy, he has to make a move. Team Liquid, they need to make the move. The ditch that James and Jemty are in, that is actually safe territory right now. So we're going to probably see Samty and Ibi doing the same. Yep, they're into the UAZ. They're coming over the road, and they're going to get themselves a little bit more central maybe for Samty. It's going to give them a bit more cover either way, and they're trying to spread around as much as they can.
I'm glad you brought that up. Being aware of your weakness is very smart, and Liquid are doing that. They know that if someone kind of snakes or rotates around from west to north to east, they could get caught and then pinched in.
As soon as he shows, like Uber's literally staring at Dimmy here. Ooh, nice shots.
Blue's moving as well. This is going to hurt.
Well, he's got one little ditch, but he's going to have to come over the brow of that hill. First aid being used. There we go. Ghillie suit, not going to help you here, son. Level 3 gear is really what just kept him alive now, but there is another tree to the left, another one to the right. See if you can dodge it. Mex is looking. Mex is peeking out that door.
They've made their own cover, Liquid. Them holding on to vehicles or finding them off the back of the hill is actually really, really good for them.
So James has come across. Bear in mind, James has got the...
Call's been made. That should be a lot of vision now turned towards it. Instantly, everyone just look towards the north because they know there's a player up there that could play spoiler.
Dimmy making the move, tree to tree. He's got inside the circle. Na'Vi, Senya's about to trip over Jorski. Down low. That's Senya, finds Timmy, actually. He's got Jorski to his left, so that will be the final Winstrike member. It's going to be stolen. Jemty will get the kill.
Reading positioning, though, Senya, if he's a smart man, he'll know that the way that Demi just moved was under the guise or the support of a player potentially in this angle. So I can imagine he'll be keeping that in mind as he continues to look in this direction. And who has the best shout here? I'd imagine FaZe, because they still have that compound to hold through, but they're going to start working on it. Senya did find Jorski. Smart play from him. Again, a very cerebral player, clearly, as now Na'Vi continue to work their way forward. They have safety from Team Liquid, but Team Liquid are on the way.
Was so nice. They just sprayed down. It's like, I'm going to cook a nade. You spray down the wood. I'll take it out. In goes the nade, but they didn't manage to catch anything. FaZe gets a peek around the back. He's gone a little aggressive there, and they know they have to push. The center circle is over the road, and it's in Team Liquid's favor. They've used this wall of smoke to get in there. Na'Vi have blocked themselves up trying to use the angles, but it's Team Liquid that are benefiting from this one. But no, Samti and Ibi taken down by both Uber and FaZe as they catch him out. The nades coming in to confirm the kills. There they go. Team Liquid lose 2, and they still have to worry about Na'Vi on their backs.
What? How is Benstock on the roof right now? He's just found a dirty angle to play from. Punishes FaZe. This is so sick, and he's just raining down bullets on everyone. James is under fire. He's not in a good spot here. This will be a pickup as well.
Uber's behind them. Uber's the last man standing. He's now behind the house. So he's looking for Bestalosh. He's the last man standing for FaZe. He's going to see his former teammate, Pokemon, up the side, along with Senya, lining them up. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, they're getting picked off from the house. Uber knows that Bestalosh is up there, using that tree to block the cover. Sees Bestalosh, takes him down, spins towards Pokemon. Can't quite commit it. Senya will find James in the meantime, and it's all on Gemty versus 2 members of Na'Vi.
1v2, he spots out Senya, but can he find more? He's got 30 bullets in the clip. He's ready to go, but no more smoke.
He's right there!
Oh, Pokemon, he gets the job.